Peachleaf Pirates released in 2021 by Dogkiss Studio as a relatively unknown pirate-themed point-and-click farm sim adventure. Upon playing, I could really feel the heart and soul that went into its simple retro-styled graphics, and its lighthearted point-and-click adventure story sets it apart from the post-COVID market saturation of cozy farming simulations. Hi, I'm Scurvy Banana. I like making these videos as an excuse to talk about games with pirates in them. One of my very first videos was a complete main story walkthrough for this game, and I've since come to the realization that I ought to give it a review to let you know why I liked it. You can check out my other videos on my channel, but while you're there, remember to do the whole standard like, comment, sub thing. Thanks! The game begins when the player character, who they call Joe, washes up on the shore. Afterwards, Joe has to start life on the island, working on a farm and meeting all of the wacky inhabitants. Voodoo witches, casino goblins, tribal robots, and a slew of other captivating pirate island types. The main story consists of a variety of point-and-click style puzzles full of dad jokes, in which Joe ends up thwarting an evil wizard from the island. As per main story, its weakest point is that the end section feels awfully abrupt. I imagine some content was cut and or rushed. It is implied through dialogue that a DLC expansion or sequel are potentially underway, though I'm not holding my breath on it. Besides the main quest, there are quite a few side quests that function similarly. The largest chunk of gameplay exists as the standard Stardew Valley-styled farming simulation. Use different tools to work the farm, plant your crops, water them, and wait for growth. Finally, sell them to earn monetary compensation and perpetuate the process, growing the farm bigger and bigger. I liked the fantasy diseases that could infect crops. I don't really recall that being a feature in other farm simulation games that I have played previously, and it was an interesting mechanic to further micromanage the farm. A potential downside for some folks, you cannot romance the NPCs in this game. I know that's a big thing in like Stardew Valley that people are into. I'm not invested in it personally, but I figured I'd say something here because so many people like the whole relationship aspects. As well, generally farming games are not typically for me, and overall most of my playtime in this one was spent doing the actual point-and-click adventure type stuff rather than the farming. I keep meaning to return to this game and put a real solid chunk of time into the farming section, but I'm always distracted by other titles. Regardless of my specific playtime in certain aspects of this game, I do not feel that my opinion would change either way. A third section of gameplay exists through combat in the mining section. This is a sort of mini roguelike experience where you use a sword and level up some magic abilities, RPG game style. I definitely spent the least amount of time in this game mode, as to me it seemed the most minimal and felt a bit clunky. Perhaps if I spent more time here, I'd start to get it better, but as per now, I've mostly kind of waved it off as being not for me. The graphics in Peachleaf Pirates are very colorful, but also very simple. I can see the angle some people come from, where they find it distasteful, but I am of the exact opposite opinion. The highly simplistic style, I think, works great with its story and presents itself as more unique in my eyes. It reminds me of a more vibrant and detailed NES or possibly Atari game. The music and sounds were also very enjoyable for me as well. Even though it has been months since I put hours into playing this game, I still find myself hearing the theme song in my head on a regular basis. It gives me a feeling similar to childhood nostalgia, although it's only been something like a year since I first heard the song. Despite not delving wholeheartedly into every single aspect of the game, I still managed to put a solid 12-hour chunk of time into Peachleaf Pirates, and I definitely feel like I got my money's worth and cherished the time I spent playing. I also feel like there is plenty of potential for me to keep playing the game and return to it.